So welcome back to In the Classroom, Mr. Dulce. Once again, I'm Mr. Dulce, and this week's video is reflective of what we've learned in the Training and Motivational Development class. I'm going to break it down for you, tell you what I've learned in just a second. So we're supposed to reflect on what we've been doing that's been working for us, that's been effective in our classes, which I could say honestly that a lot of the stuff that I've been doing already is effective. A lot of the kids are learning, a lot of the kids are participating, and they're more apt to, engage in all the assignments, all the stuff that we're doing. It's really keeping their attention. I think the most effective thing is learning who your students are, which is the same thing as learning your audience, where you can be able to present to them in different ways. I think that with each of my classes, I have such a different type of kid, different type of population. The melting pot of the class is so different that you have to learn how that class reacts to certain things, how that class is, interpret certain things. So you might act one way with one class or present another way with another class. So you really have to learn who your class is. And that way you'll be able to incorporate these tools that we've learned. The keeping the lights on, the Steve Jobs versus Bill Gates type learning. You have some kids that are very analytical, interpersonal, and then you have some kids that are really outgoing and interpersonal. So you just have to be able to adapt to each class and be able to understand who your kids are. The thing that I want to change the most is really adapting my students to more technology and newer technology. A lot of the stuff that we have is getting outdated, but I really need to research funds and all this other stuff that I can get so these kids can be using the new Macs or iPads or iPods or other tools that they can be able to compete in like 21st century in Title I school. Our funds are tied into core learning, which is great, but also with that core learning, you have to be able to modify where they'll be able to use this technology, use these things that are going to be in their lives, like for pretty much the rest of their lives. So I really feel like that if I can incorporate some of those things, some of the newer stuff, that I'd be a little bit more effective. It won't be so outdated. It won't be so irrelevant to what these kids want to do and want to learn. So with that being said, this is my reflection for TMD. It was great. I loved the class. It taught me a lot of different things, let me see a lot of different things about myself in my production, in my presentation, and in just training, just motivational development overall. So that's all I have to say. We'll see you guys later in the next class.